The interpretation of victim perpetrator is an interesting interpretation because it it does appear to be true, and I guess you could say it is true from the perspective of the individuals. Um, but when we can pull up and see from a more objective perspective and look down at those energies that previously appeared to be victim perpetrator, we can see the innocence of them. We can see that each of those energies, are simply a result of what they have come to be, which of course is due to their past experiences. So these two energies, the victim and the perpetrator, this person and that person, the momentum of all of those past experiences are playing out as the two individuals in the present time. And when they look at one another through the perspective of an individual, then it appears as if one is invading the other, which feels and looks like being victimized or someone perpetrating. So, this is just an appearance from viewing from the vantage point of an individual at another individual. So that's just automatically what you get there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just what things appear like and what things seem like. And people will go on viewing from this perspective for lifetimes. Um, but this is only true from this vantage point. It's simply a vantage point. It's simply an interpretation. We can pull up and then look down at our lives. So literally just quote unquote pull up, just look down. Look down. What does the movement of these energies look like from a higher vantage point? Um, and from that higher vantage point, from that objectivity, we can see they're simply momentums coming in from the past as a result of what these particular balls of energy people have experienced previously, and those are interacting. And through the interaction, does a change in each one of these energies occur? And that is constantly echoing out and constantly happening with everybody's energies through all of time. This has been always happening, and people have always been interpreting it as victim perpetrator, as something happening to me. Or, but that is, of course, what you get from looking through the vantage point of the human eyes. It really does appear that way. But again, we can look from another perspective and see if it might seem different. Looking down at our lives and seeing these two people moving around and the innocence of each of their actions is and those actions are entirely based on previous experience, and they couldn't be acting or speaking in any other way than they are currently, without intersecting, without rubbing against another ball of energy, another person, in the way that they've come to be due to their particular life experiences. And as such, both are changed from the experience. So, at one level, it appears like victim perpetrator is a real thing happening, like something is happening to me. But again, that is only true from a particular vantage point. It would be like saying the it'd be like saying that the sky is blue. Well, it is blue from the vantage point of being on the ground. If you travel to the blue in the sky and try to grab it, no blue can be found. It only appeared like the sky was blue from the vantage point of the ground. So, same is true with victim perpetrator. Looking through our eyes as an individual, it appears as if there is something happening to me. And that would be an correct assumption from that vantage point. However, If you want to understand the dynamics of what's playing better, then you'd want to move to another vantage point to attempt to get a broader perspective, more information. Just as if you wanted to know the sky better, you would travel to that place and to get more information, to attempt to grab the blue. Um, Same is true with a mirage in the desert. These are all examples of what what vantage point, um, what perspective a vantage point creates. And we can stick to that perspective, and people do for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. The perspective of something happening to me. In some way, I'm being cheated. In some way, there's a loss. I'm losing. There's a loss for me, and this person, and it's because of this person, as opposed to pulling up and seeing that there's an interplay happening between two energies that is changing both energies. And as a result, neither energy will be the same moving forward. And then, as such, there is an evolution in those energies. But prior to it being clear what that evolution is from the human perspective, it looks like a detraction is being occurred because a change is happening. So again, it's just perspective. It's not untrue of the victim perpetrator perspective, but it is just a single way to interpret the experience of two energies coming together, that from another point of view would reveal something different, would reveal more information on the same subject. All right, guys, I love you all very much.